Hi everybody.
Hi everyone.
Too often we get messages from our followers crying the blues because they thought they found that perfect person and then all of a sudden, poof, it's gone. It didn't work out. And they look for us to tell them that it's okay. They look for us to say, hey, you know, he was just not a good man for you, right? All these reasons as to why it didn't work. When realistically, they could have been self-sabotaging themselves all along and they didn't even know it. So what we're going to talk about today are those 3 ways that Filipinas accidentally, meaning not on purpose, they don't even know they're doing it, but they accidentally scare potentially good men away. So the first way that Filipinas accidentally scare men away is by simply falling in love too fast. Sometimes everybody falls head over heels. It happens to everybody. When we say that big "I love you," kind of is a defining moment in the relationship. But what happens so often is one person will say it first, and it's that big risk, right? It's, I'm gonna say I love you. A lot of times a Filipino woman will be the first person to say that because of your loving nature, because you value love and connection so much. You just feel that love, so you just want to express it and tell that man that you love him. I get it, I understand that. However, how that man responds initially to that first time you tell him I love you is going to really give you a big clue as to how you should approach that relationship moving forward. If he says anything else other than I love you back, you have to look at that as a sign, okay? This is not a sign to keep pushing your love to that man, because what will happen is that man is gonna kind of feel like he's being pushed into something he's not comfortable getting into yet. So if he didn't say I love you back right away, and you keep pushing every single time you talk to him, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's like I love you overload in a man's brain. And if he's not ready to say it, it means he's probably not ready to hear it over and over and over and over again. And it will freak him out, and there's a good chance that that man might just bail. And he's just not ready for it yet. And there's nothing wrong with that man. It doesn't make him a bad man. It just means that he's not at the emotional level that you are yet, right? So the number 2 way many Filipinas accidentally scare men away is
Being controlling and criticizing the guy.
without even knowing that they're doing that. You know, they think they're just craving love and craving attention, right? Yet it's actually the complete opposite. You know, and it goes hand in hand with the first point that we just made about falling in love too fast. Sometimes we can get so overly into the relationship where they become the center of our world, right? So we expect the man to be that way too. We expect the man to drop everything that he's doing to give into that relationship, even though it's a brand new relationship. And then if the man doesn't act the way that the Filipino wants him to, or the way that she is acting to him, then she'll feel that it's kind of one-sided, right? She'll feel like, why am I giving you so much love and I'm telling you I love you all the time? Why can't you just say it back to me? Why can't you do this for me? You know, I'm always messaging you. Why can't, is it too much to ask for you just to message me back? I just want to hear your voice. Can you message me before you go to bed tonight? Please, I just want to hear your voice. It's all that demanding of attention and a time way too early on in the relationship. The man kind of feels smothered. He feels controlled. And then even worse, sometimes the man can actually feel criticized. If the woman comes at him saying, you don't really want a relationship. Show me you want a relationship. If you really want a relationship, you know, you'll show me. If you really want a relationship, you'll tell me you love me. If you really love me, you do this or you would do that, right? That's all criticism. And I will tell you this, ladies, criticism is like kryptonite, like Superman and kryptonite. Criticism is kryptonite to any man on the planet. If there's one thing you can do to drive a man away, it is criticize him over and over and over. And you could even do constructive criticism like coaching. Like, I just want him to be more loving and to give me more attention. I should express my feelings, right? Yes, express your feelings. It's not the time to be overly coaching and constructively criticizing your man when you've been in a relationship for 2 or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or even a month, right?
It's too early.
It's way too early. You know, that beginning phase of the relationship, there shouldn't be stress, there shouldn't be tension. So if you want to keep a man for a long time, the complete opposite of being controlling and criticism is actually showing that man admiration and respect. Ladies, women need love and connection, no doubt about it. And every person on the planet does need love, so men do need love. But women, that's what you need. You need to feel that love and attention and that connection, right? But what men need is not that. They don't need the same thing that you need. What they need is admiration. You know, that is probably one of the biggest things that feeds a man's soul. And what are ways that you make me feel admired?
When I tell you that you're handsome, you're a good father, you look good, and you're a good person, you're compassionate, you're kind, you're so strong, you can fix everything, and so on and so forth.
Noticing those admirable things. That's what fuels a man's love tank, okay? So if you want the quick way to a man's heart, it's show him that admiration and respect. So that brings us to the third way that Filipinas accidentally scare men away. And it really has a lot to do with those first two. And it's lack of freedom. If a man feels like he doesn't have freedom to be a man, meaning he can't just do what he needs to do as a man. And that doesn't mean, you know, the freedom to cheat on women and do whatever the hell he wants. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. You know, what I'm talking about is freedom to go to the store without explaining where he was for the last hour. You know, the freedom to actually just do everyday things without explaining, you know, where were you here? Where were you that? Who were you talking to? You know, were you, oh, you know, a Filipina sent you a message. Did you respond to her? Did you not respond to her? Can I check your Facebook? Can I give your Facebook code so that I can go in and check on you? Okay? No, that's not freedom. You gotta let a man be a man. You gotta let him have freedom. If he loves you, guess what? He is going to devote his life to you. You don't have to worry about everything that he does in life and if he's doing the right thing or not, because you'll know. And that's a key thing, you know, is this relationship's brand new. 2, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks old. You haven't even developed trust yet. And, you know, when you treat a relationship that's 2 or 3 weeks old like a 3-year marriage, that's a recipe for disaster. Nobody wants to feel like they're married at 3 weeks. Nobody. So those are our 3 ways that you can accidentally drive a man away. So to wrap this up, we know Filipinas have a big heart, and that's generally why these mistakes happen. And it's not intentional, but we have to understand and we have to really be aware of certain things that we do and why certain situations and relationships might not have worked, okay? We have to self-reflect and understand that. And you might just find other accidental ways that you might be pushing a man away. So until our next video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification. And like always, keep it real.